Hey there, it's Vicki Marie, and today I am going to do another Power Hour declutter. I have taken on, move this over so you can at least see the dang sign that's right there. I mean, what's the point in having a sign if you can't read it? I am on a mission to declutter my house, and I'm following something I learned from Decluttering at the Speed of Life, which was a book of the month that I chose a few months back. But it's been really helpful because it's a very simple, well, there's a lot to the book, but one key principle I took away, because I love keeping things simple, is to declutter what's visible first. Like, that's how I declutter my house. So I talked about that on a previous video. So today I'm actually going to walk you through from the front door to the point I'm at right now, and we're just going to make sure everything's decluttered to this point. Today I am continuing to declutter my house, and I'm doing just the simple method of walking through the front door, taking a look at what you see as a visitor would see, and just decluttering what's visible. I'm just working on what's visible. I started off at the front door. I started walking through my house, and every day when I start my little 15 to 30 minutes of decluttering, I always start at the front door and I just go through and I first declutter what I've already decluttered. This pretty much every day this gets decluttered. It's just called picking up. It's called creating good habits. Creating good habits of picking up after yourself. And it starts at your front door. You walk through the front door, you take a look around, you say, okay, here's what needs to be picked up. And then when you get all of that done, and because you do it on a regular basis, it never gets that bad, then you can work on some of the bigger projects. So I'm just going to start here at the front door and pick up a few things. My trusty sidekick here. There's really not that much. I'm going to fix my piano bench. My pillows, straighten my pillows. This room's pretty much done. I have a box here at the door because I am working on decluttering. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll add some things to that in a minute, but I'm going to leave that out. And then in here I just have my John's shirt. He left his shirt on the back of the chair. And I have a wine glass or a bottle. I'm going to put that there, even though it's the only thing really on my table. But that room's decluttered, and the reason it's decluttered, this is the room that you see when you walk into my home. And it's the most visible place in my house. So it's really important for me to keep this, to just keep this picked up. I always think, I'm a very visual person. What can I see? This is what I see. This is what I work on first. This is a priority. Now that this is done, it took me 2 minutes, not even. I'm gonna head back downstairs. I'm not doing the kitchen right now because the kitchen is always something that has to be done. I'll work on that in a bit. But I'm focusing on decluttering. I'm going to head back down to my family area where I was the other day on my vlog doing that corner. And I'm going to finish up that corner real quick. That's the next most visible place in my home. Well, we will stop here real quick too, because as you come in, this is another visible area. And just basically our kitchen kind of table. This is where I sit all the time when I'm vlogging and I'm sitting and talking to you. I'm usually sitting in this chair facing that way. The only thing I have on my table is my coffee mug. That's it. So that is decluttered. I'm happy with that space. Let's head on through to the next room. This is the room I was in the other day, and I didn't finish because I ended up going to the gym. That's important too, but I just wanted to point out a couple of things. This fan, is it pretty? No, it's nostalgic. It was John's parents, and it creates some good vibes in our house. So even though it may not be the prettiest thing sitting here, it's a necessity because I still get hot, like in the evenings. It might get warm in here. This fan works so good. I mean, it's old. We've had it forever, but it still works. I'm not going to replace it. So I still use it, but I will move it because it is something that I stopped seeing that my company will probably notice. So I will move it. All right, and I have my magazines here, and I'm just going to sort of move them, sort of spread them out. That looks pretty decent. Back here, I just need to declutter these books, and I'm going to add the books to my library. I had this little set up so I could film, but I don't use it anymore in that way, so I'm just going to remove a bunch of stuff. I'd rather have less, than a bunch of eye clutter. So let me just finish. I'm going to move all of the books, and just clear this space away. All right, so I'm gonna move this stuff, but I'm leaving my Bible there. Those are things that are just very, to us, they're important to keep out. So I'm gonna keep that there. That's not clutter to me. It serves a purpose in our house. I'm also leaving these because this is a little storage box, and I can store right now it has a couple candles, but I can store pens and things like that. It's a storage box. And this is also a storage box. And I have things stored in here too, like my little notebooks and things. So that serves a purpose. It's not just clutter. I will leave that there. I think I'm gonna move this down here. Maybe I'll move this. I'm just eliminating the clutter. And I'll leave my Bible there. And then my aunt gave me this, and I like to keep it sort of somewhere where I can see it, because it creates good vibes for us. For me. So, not sure, maybe I'll put this here. And this Bluetooth, I'm gonna just put all this stuff. The Bluetooth is gonna go in my office. That's where I'm keeping all of my technology. I'm creating a home for technology. Other than my desk, my laptop will stay there. If you're curious about what kind of books I have, here's Yorkshire Terriers for Dummies. My daughter bought this for me when she left me Roscoe about 10 years ago. John was reading this book. It's Jimmy Wayne, Walk to Beautiful, and it's a story of his life. Living with miracles, sacred healing, the unmistakable touch of grace, Zen and the art of making a living, and The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Well, I'm happy with this for now. So I finished off that. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. It's decluttered. It looks better. It's a little bare, but I'm just trying to create space. I'll come back later and do the cleaning and dusting, but it's decluttered. I'm gonna now move on. So this is the other end of the room that you were just looking at, and this is our family area, and it's not too bad. Right now my goal is just to make it on the surface nice and tidy. But on my next go around, I do have to maybe declutter in here. I have some blankets, I have some my DVDs and things like that I need to go through in these cabinets. But for now, it's gonna stay this way. I do need to just declutter that little ledge back there. John has his radios and just odd things. We have our little blanket that we like to use when we're watching TV. And usually this ottoman stays up against the couch at night when we put our feet up, but whenever I'm house in order for company, I always bring it back to the center of the room. I do have some flashlights, so that's what is in here. We use this little box here for things like this too. You know, when you get our age, sometimes it's nice to have a little flashlight around to see some of the smaller print on the remote, things like that. Hair clippy, I mean, just the odds and ends. So it's not too bad. I'm okay with this. John's radios have always been something that sort of bugs me. Well, not anymore. They don't bug me anymore. But you know, they just kind of sit out, and it used to bug me so much, and I would say you need to find a place for those. But we've been married 33 years, and what I've learned is this is his home too, and he loves his hobbies as much as I love mine. And if he wants to have his radios out, it's not going to bother me. That it's useful. It's not clutter. It's useful, and he actually does use those quite a bit. And they're there for a reason, because there's certain evenings where we sit down here, and he actually is on the radio with a group of people, and it's useful. So that's the other thing. It's, you know, it's not clutter if you're using it on a regular basis, and I don't consider that clutter anymore. You know, when you're cohabitating or creating a house together, it's not just about you, it's about the other people in your life, how you use the space. So that's really helped me to just sort of get out of my own perspective about what I like and what I think looks good, and really having his input. So this is good. I think this will work. I'll come back through here again, like I said, when I'm cleaning, and I'll do the vacuuming and dusting. But now I'm going to move on to the next most visible place in my home. Okay, so I am actually down here underneath my desk, because as you come in this room, this is our main desk, and it's a mess. And I'm just going to show you, and I'll give you I'll kind of show you the bigger picture of the room in it. So I'm just going through stuff, and I found some old printers here from cartridges from our old printer. We don't even have this printer anymore, and I'm still holding on to these cartridges. So this is going into a bin to donate. So I'm going to donate that. And then I found this old picture frame, and I had every intention of putting a little picture in here. I never did. I'm going to get rid of that. This is an old binder file of all kinds of stuff. There's just stuff here. Like here's, oops, it ripped even. See, it's not even preserved. But this is my daughter's preschool diploma. And I saved it. You know, I save a bunch of stuff in here, and that's, look at that. Not even in good shape. I should just toss it. But I'm not ready to yet. But I have confined it all into a small thing here, and you can see how ripped. So I have a new one of these I'm going to replace this with. So that'll be for another day. But I'm not going to get rid of this, but I do want to store it somewhere. And an ongoing nightmare is, of course, all of the wires. What to do with all of them. Some of these I don't even know if we use. I have no idea what this is. All right, there's a picture of my daughter there, a random picture of my beautiful little girl on the beach when she was probably like 2 years old. Post-it notes, some random pins, a hair bow thing, cotton ball, no clue why that's there, and a really cute paper clip. This is for the lamp that's not even in. This is an extra hard drive that I like, an external hard drive I use for my laptop. So I do want to keep that handy. So that's better, not perfect. There's still wire clutter. I'm not sure what to do about wire clutter, but that's going to be another day, because right now I'm just going through and doing what's visibly cluttered, tidying up. On another day, I will be back in here doing more of a deep dive, declutter. Right, and the next obvious mess is actually what's on my desk here. So this basket is just full of things that need to be filed, and so is this basket. And as you can see, I'm very behind on filing, but I'm not going to catch up today, but I am going to consolidate. I have this basket full of stuff that needs to be filed. This is a beautiful basket that was a gift from my aunt, and I always keep it handy. It's, you know, she gave it to me full of stuff, and it just makes me smile. It brings back memories. It creates good vibes in my home. Things in here that make me smile. Here's a trophy it's a family traveling trophy for goose hunting. Well, he and his brother mainly compete for this trophy every year. John's had it the last 2 years. All right, so this is all have to be filed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump this in here in my little box. I have this little, you guys have seen stuff like this before. I use, this is it says antiques, rare goods, and more. And it's just one of those cardboard kind of boxes. It's got Velcro, and you can open it up, and it's got lots of room. And I have lots of filings, so I'm just going to dump all this in here. And this is all just random stuff that has to be filed and gone through, which is not going to happen today, but I still want it on my desk. I don't want to tuck this away. This is my weekly type of filing. There's a lot in here because I just went through and took care of a lot of paperwork after taxes. You know, after taxes, I like to go through and file our stuff, you know, and I shredded a whole bunch of stuff. I shredded like one of those big garbage bags full of stuff. Here in my shredder. So, but this is the stuff I didn't want to shred, and I need to save. So it's all right here. I'm going to move this off my desk now. And I have my little planning books and things like that. This little thing is it's our 30-year anniversary, and I showed you guys pictures of some of the pictures that we had from our anniversary the other day. From when we went on our trip. So this one was in Cancun, 2017. This was a gift, and it's just awesome. And it has some pictures of us on our trip. And I leave that here for my pens and things like that because it makes me smile. It creates good vibes in my home. So I've got my reading glasses there, and these are just some page markers that I like, but I hardly ever use. But you know, when I do want them, I want them. Post-it notes, I'll just keep. So this here is the extra like printing stuff, like papers for our printer, blank paper, and these are postcards. So John and I send postcards out sometime when we make contacts with people on the radios. This right here. So now this is my filing. If I tucked that away, I'd forget about it. But it's right here on my desk, and I know I've got to file this. I'm not going to lose it. And I do need to build this into my routine to make sure I get that decluttered. So, all right, this stuff probably just needs to get filed too. This is actually a, well, I'm just going to put this here because it's a wedding invitation for later this year, and a save the date. And I just want to keep this right here on my desk so I don't lose it. I do have like our current kind of bills like that go right there. This is an old gift certificate that I haven't used yet from a friend of mine to get my nails done. I have 2 staplers on my desk. I don't need 2 staplers, so I'm just gonna leave one. And this one, I'm gonna probably, I don't know, give it to John or donate. I'll put it in John's man cave. This is garbage. Another picture that I found, put away. My get it done list, garbage. I just picked that up once already. I'm doing the paper shuffle, which is a waste of time. It's so tempting to just throw stuff, you know, in places I don't need it. This box I want to save, but it doesn't need to be in here, so I'm going to put that in the allotment in my closet. Just taking the time to put things in their place makes such a difference. When I'm decluttering, I just want to rush through and, you know, kind of throw everything in a bin and stick it somewhere, you know, until later. But when I take my time to declutter like this, on a routine basis like this decluttering, I really do stay in the moment, kind of mindful, and think through where does this belong. And it might take a few extra seconds, really, to put it exactly where it belongs, but it's worth it because it's so frustrating when you go to find something or look for something and you can't find it. That's a waste of time. This is not. This is a constructive way to spend my time. This is October 2020 calendar. October 2020. This is June. So what's the date? Friday, June 4th. I'm tossing this. I think this one has broken and I probably should just toss it. I don't know why I hang on to it. I'll turn the camera around and show you the rest, but the rest is okay. I mean, I've got a couple things I need to take care of, but this was really the big part of this room that needed to be dealt with. There's Roscoe. As you can see, it's not too bad over here. I do have this corner here is just sort of a surplus area where I'm storing some food items, but that's going to be moved soon. That little rooster thing down there, that's stuff, I put stuff in there that needs to be shredded. So that's more stuff, but I did so much the other day, but I still have more to do. This little basket here has just got some printer paper and my new cartridges and that sort of thing. And then much better. So now when you walk into this room, as you can see, it's pretty much okay to, oh, and let me just show you back here. So this is my microphone and there's just a camera bag here, a tripod and some filtered things there, which that's the Nikon camera, which I hardly ever use. John uses that sometimes. But now I'm going to back out of the room. Oh, and this is Roscoe's, all his toys are in there. I have a couple things hanging here from a workshop I attended last year, a bag that I got from there. This is empty. These are just empty, but if I need something to put things in on the go, I have it. And so this room is ready, I think. I think it looks much better. I won't be too concerned about leaving this this door open. Again, I want to get rid of that corner shelf there, but for now it's going to sit there. So, all right, guys, that's the decluttering job for the day. As far as I'm concerned, this room is not a room of shame anymore. When I have company, I can keep my door open. That was my goal. I hope you guys are doing well. Take good care. Remember, live like you mean it, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.